After an overachieving career in boxing at 38 years old, Wilder finally decides to call it quits. But what happened in the Big Bang Zhang fight? Did Wilder ever have a chance to win that fight? We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down in this video. And we also going to talk about Malik Scott doing something that was out of bounds and very disturbing, if you ask me. We're going to talk about everything, but before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook on it. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. First of all, this is not a video of me bashing Deontay Wilder, because I see a lot of content creators coming out bashing Wilder, and y'all just got to keep it real with yourselves. Wilder took up the sport of boxing at like 20 years old, and he overachieved. Wilder is way more accomplished than y'all will ever be in any profession that y'all ever do in life, or in any profession that y'all ever have done in life. So keep it real with yourself. You can't talk down on Wilder. But with all of that being said, y'all know how I do. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, and I'm gonna give it to y'all raw, because that's my job to do, is to keep it a buck all the time, always. So with that being said, we all saw what happened to Wilder this past weekend against Zhang. A lot of people were shocked because you had a lot of people picking Wilder to knock out Zhang. People said that Zhang was very slow and he wasn't going to be able to get out of the way of Wilder's right hand. So a lot of people was picking Wilder for a devastating knockout. A lot of boxing fans and so-called boxing experts thought this would be the perfect matchup for Deontay Wilder. I told everybody this wasn't the perfect matchup for Deontay Wilder. I said it was the worst matchup that Wilder could have out of anybody, even out of Tyson Fury, because anybody in the heavyweight division, Wilder has a chance to knock out and get the W, except for Zhang. And when I talked about this on my live stream when this was first announced, I told people exactly how this fight was going to go down. Deontay Wilder had absolutely no chance of ever winning this fight. And yes, Wilder is my favorite fighter. Do I think Wilder is the best boxer? Absolutely not. But Wilder as a person, that's my favorite fighter, and I'm gonna rock with Wilder 1,000%. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it real when it comes to this boxing. And Wilder never had a chance of beating Big Bang Zhang. And I'll explain that. Just like I said in my live stream, I said the problem with Zhang, and the reason I had this being the worst matchup for Wilder stylistically, is for one, Big Bang Zhang is one of the only heavyweights, probably the only heavyweight in boxing that I know. You can't hurt him. That man has a chin like the Terminator. I've seen Zhang get hit with some of the hardest punches that anybody has ever been hit with in the heavyweight division, and he walked straight through it. The man has the best chin in all of boxing by far. And I've been telling people this for the longest time. Look at his head. Y'all ain't never seen nobody in no sport with a head as big as Big Bang Zhang. Y'all thought Barry Bonds' head was big? Come on, look at Zhang's head. Zhang has a pit bull Cruz head times 10. And with a head that big, you gotta have a big neck. Now, people still said, well, Wilder's the hardest puncher in boxing. Maybe the hardest puncher in boxing history. I said, yeah, but he ain't never been in the ring with somebody that has a chin like Big Bang Zhang. It's a difference. So I told people, I said, Wilder's going to land that right. But what happens if Big Bang Zhang continues to walk through his right hand? And that's what we saw in a fight this past Saturday. Wilder landed that big right hand on a couple different occasions. He hit Big Bang Zhang clean with it, but you didn't really notice it because Big Bang Zhang continued to walk right through his right hand. Just like I said would happen. And I told people, another problem with this fight for Wilder, is Big Bang Zhang. He hits just as hard as Wilder does. And if you ask some people, he hit harder. Now I said when Zhang hits him, and Zhang, he's slow on his feet, but his hand speed is fast. That straight left that he throws is super fast, and his right hand counter is also super fast. So when Bang counters you, a lot of times with his technique, you don't see it coming. And Wilder has some of the worst defense in boxing. Wilder technique is not good. And anytime Wilder throws that right hand, he leaves his whole left side wide open. So with that being said, I felt that was a combination for disaster for Deontay Wilder. I didn't see no way that Wilder could beat Big Bang Zhang. You can't outbox him because he's too big. He's going to keep you on your back foot. And you can't knock him out because he has a retarded chin. So in a fight, if there's ever a definition for impossible, this was it. This was it. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I always want to see the best fight the best, but I'm gonna keep it real. I hated when I heard this matchup announced because I said, man, Zhang is gonna halfway kill Wilder. This is the worst matchup that they can announce for Deontay Wilder. And also, when I heard an interview of Wilder talking about if things don't go his way, he's going to retire. Once I heard that, I said, it's already over. I already knew it was over, but it's definitely over now because anytime a fighter starts talking about retiring, going into a very tough, dangerous fight, you pretty much can bet the house that he's going to lose. And that goes for any fighter. Once they start talking about if things don't go my way, if I lose, I'm going to retire, that's it. Now, when you go into talking about what happened in the fight, Deontay Wilder threw that bomb right hand and he left his whole left side open like he always does. He doesn't protect his chin, his face, or nothing when he throws that right hand. And Big Bang Zhang, being the technical fighter that he is, he countered him with a right cross. Wilder didn't see it coming. It landed right across the top of Deontay Wilder's nose. Wilder had never been hit that hard before in his whole entire career. He didn't know what hit him. He turned around like, mommy! You know when you kids and a nigga get to getting his ass beat in the streets and he started yelling, mommy, that's what Wilder did. But he looked for the referee like, hold that, what the hell did this nigga just hit me with? And he looked for the referee like, hold on, you ain't gonna stop this dude. The referee like, hey, there ain't no timeout in boxing. Big Bang Zhang ran over there and finished him off. And Wilder made a huge mistake because he just never got hit that hard before. He didn't know what hit him. He didn't know if he got hit with a brick. He didn't know if he got jumped. He didn't know what hit him. I mean, I know it sounds kind of funny, but I ain't even really trying to be funny because if you seen what Wilder did, he turned to the referee like, hold on, we got to call timeout. And you can't never make a mistake like that in boxing. Wilder did get up, right? But he could have got halfway killed. And that is the dangerous thing about making a mistake like that in boxing, man. But another thing I want to say, right, is Wilder, he got the heart of a real warrior because he got up and the way his head bounced up off the canvas and the way his eyes was closed, I thought he was going to be out for 10, 20 minutes. I don't know how Deontay Wilder got up from that. Because Zhang punched hard as hell and he hit Wilder when Wilder's whole face was wide open. He had a free shot on Wilder. And you know, I don't know how Wilder got up. But that just shows how much heart Wilder has. And sometimes you can have too much heart and too much toughness for your own self because Wilder was mad when the referee stopped it. But the referee did a great job stopping it because Wilder could have really been hurt. And I know he got to have a concussion. But let's talk about what happened right after Deontay Wilder got up. Let's talk about Malik Scott. And let's look at this. What Malik Scott did. So this is what I want y'all to check out. Look at Wilder. Wilder, he gone. You know what I'm saying? He damn near can't even stand up. The man hurt. Look at Malik Scott. Watch him. He walked right past Wilder, didn't even acknowledge his own mans, and go over there and start hugging on Zhang and his team. And Zhang goes over there and checks on Wilder. That's supposed to be your boy right there. How do you walk past your man that you training that's supposed to be your best friend? He out cold on his feet. He done just got hit by one of the hardest punches in the sport. His head didn't bounce up off the canvas. For a few seconds, he looked like he was dead. And you walk right past the man and go to the neutral corner and start hugging his opponent and congratulating them. Ain't no way in hell, dog. Ain't no way in hell. If I'm Wilder and I see that, ain't no way in hell I'm ever speaking to Malik Scott ever again. Now, a lot of people is blaming Malik Scott for Wilder's downfall, what they want to call it. You know, I never liked Malik Scott as a trainer, but I never got into all of that, blaming Malik Scott and all of that, you know, because I'm not in training camp with them. But I ain't never seen a fighter that Malik Scott trained and took him to the top. Every fighter that I've ever seen Malik Scott train, they always lose. But that's a whole different story in itself, because I didn't come on here to bash Malik Scott in his training. But this right here that I just showed y'all, that's out of bounds, bro. Real talk. How you gonna let the man that knocked out Wilder go and check on him before you do? Y'all saw Zhang, he went over there to check on Wilder before Malik Scott did. Like, what type of ish was Malik Scott on? That's my question. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. Drop a comment in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit my like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subbed. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again.
Leaning to the right with the bass up loud.